Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, humanoids. Mr. Nooks and Crannies here. Today I am at Tinker Field in Orlando, Florida, at the shadow of Camping World Stadium. Tinker Field is where Martin Luther King Jr. gave his only speech and known visit to Orlando back in 1964. Dr. King gave his speech on the pitching mound, looking towards the grandstands that day, and it was filled with over 2,000 people that normally would not have been allowed to sit in those stands. So I'm here today to give you a look of what this park looks like and just reflect on its history and hopefully give you reason to stop out and check it out for yourself. Right this way. This memorial is dedicated to the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his commitment to a unified society of love and respect among all people. On March 6, 1964, during his only visit to Central Florida, Dr. King attended a workshop at Shiloh Baptist Church in Paramore and delivered a speech that night at Tinker Field. Some of the stands that were saved from the original Tinker Field. As you can see, although it is nice, they're on display. And I know that the city has saved quite a few of these, even sold off a few. Current state of the display is a little bit of disarray. There are numerous plaques here describing the history of Tinker Field, from Joe Tinker in the original stadium to Babe Ruth Day when he played here in 1927. Now, I'm not going to go through and read every plaque. The focus today is on Martin Luther King. We'll come back another time for the baseball element. Jackie Robinson, of course, breaking the color barriers throughout Central Florida. And again, Martin Luther King Jr., the Reverend, the Doctor, spoke here on March 6, 1964. Now again, the field remains. So there is the bases and the pitching mound.
Something is happening in our world. The masses of people are rising up, and wherever they are assembled today, whether they are in Johannesburg, South Africa, Nairobi, Kenya, Accra, Ghana, New York City, Atlanta, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, or Memphis, Tennessee, the cry is always the same: we want to be free.
Again, the only part of Tinker Field that is deemed an historic site is the field itself. This is where it was. And hopefully we can find where the pitching mound was. It looked a little bit more like a field the last time I was here. But Dr. Martin Luther King gave a speech to over 2,000 people that day. And the bleachers were filled with people that normally wouldn't be allowed to sit there. Powerful. Right, it looks like most of the remnants of the actual field are gone. I have pictures that I will insert when we visited it, and you could still make out the field itself. A little sad that that hasn't been taken care of. I know that Tinker Field is used primarily now for EDC, which is a electronic music festival. But history was made here. And even though they have that nice little plaza, I wish that this would be a place on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, that this would be filled with a festival and just more information and celebration on the life of Dr. King. That's going to do it for today's adventure. I'm Mr. Nooks and Crannies saying, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Why don't you go out and explore your neighborhoods? I'm sure there's interesting stories to be told. Maybe not quite as interesting as this one, but still, get out there and make history. We'll see you next time.